Hi, I'm Lillian Mcmorris, and welcome to the Lillian Mcmorris Show. We have something informational to give to you today. It's something we don't like to think about. Sometimes we keep putting it off, and then we get too old, we look back and say, gosh, I should have done that. And that's financial planning. Regardless of what's going on in our society, individually, we have to think about our future, how we're going to live, how we're going to pay our rent, how we're going to help our kids through college. All of those things come through financial planning. I'd like to introduce to you a financial planner right here in our community who has some very good advice, and we're going to share some things with you during this interview. Mr. Darryl Raiford. Welcome, Darryl.
Thank you, Lillian.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I was very intrigued the other night when we came and listened to one of your presentations. Mm-hmm. And a lot of us don't think numbers. You made it real by putting it on the flip chart.
Right.
What are some of the things, if someone has a dream and a vision, when should they start to save? When should they start financial planning?
Well, that's a great question. I have been really blessed to be able to teach at the community college here at College of Southern Nevada. And I teach a lot of young folks. Mm-hmm. And what I'm trying to impart upon them is the value of saving. Okay. And if the earlier you start, the better it can be. And one of the things I try to impart upon the young is a lot of norms that we are taught in our country, keeping up with the Joneses is right. Don't keep up with the Joneses.
Don't keep up with the Joneses.
You don't necessarily have to get the jeans that are sagging down like the next guy. You can just get, some regular jeans. Okay. You don't need to get the $250
tennis.
Right. You don't necessarily need to get that.
Right.
And moms and dads shouldn't exploit their children and get those things, because then the child is pressurized to get them later on in life.
Right.
So what I do like to talk to children when they're young. I like to talk to adults about their spending behaviors. I like to talk to older people. Financial planning, it covers the gamut. It covers...
I guess that would be my next concern is, what is financial planning? Because, so many people work paycheck to paycheck, or they get Social Security or disability, correct, or they don't really have a regular income because they're an independent contractor.
Correct.
So what is financial planning, and how can each one of those fit into a plan?
Now that's a good question. Financial planning is just that, planning with the resources of the funds that you earn, and planning a structure, how you're going to live till retirement. Are you planning for retirement? A lot of people don't realize in 1938, Social Security was developed to subsidize incomes when you retire. Now, in 2018, there's a question of whether or not it's going to be around.
Right.
And also, Social Security is now a major source of revenue. So my platform with WFG, we are able to go to families, talk to them, and not talk to them about death benefit. We talk to them about living benefits. We have instruments where you save $200, $300, and you could take out a couple of $1,000s when you retire. And also, when you pass away, you have a benefit for your family. So it's a double positive that we try to talk to families about.
Now, you mentioned the name of a company. Tell us about that and what you're doing with them.
I am with a company called WFG. It's affiliated with Transamerica. The parent company is Aegon. Aegon is one of the world's largest financial institutions in the world. They're located out of the Netherlands. They have about $500 billion worth of liquid assets. So it's a great platform for me to be on, to go to families and communities and say, hey, this is the people that back
what
us,
you do, right?
Back what we do. So I'm very proud of that. Okay. I've been in financial business for 30 years. I worked with CBS. I worked with a major bank, ABN AMRO Bank in New York. I worked here locally with Cirque du Soleil for 14 years, in which I enjoyed. Loved entertainment. I was solicited by other financial planning institutions. I chose this one because it gives me an array of products.
Correct.
We're not relegated to one product. I have an array of products. I have Prudential. I have Pac Life. I have Transamerica, I have Nationwide, I have Jackson, I have Western Reserve Life. I have, as what we would call it, a cornucopia of providers to go to a client, see what their needs are, and then provide them with a good product for a reasonable cost.
Let's do a hypothetical situation.
Hypothetical.
Family, one person working full-time, mother, home, 2 children. What sort of, and they're just barely making ends meet. So what sort of financial planning would they be able to do?
Well, one of the things we try to do is come into people's homes and provide them with a financial dream map.
Okay.
Okay. One of the mission statements of WFG is to try to make every family independent. Our motto is not to leave any family behind. Okay. So I would come into a family, give them this dream map, and go over their spending, go over their income, go over their lifestyle.
Okay.
And one of the things, and I won't mention any names, one of the things that I always see in a lot of families is that morning cup of coffee when we stop and go off to work, and that evening cup of coffee when we come back. $7, $8, that's $16 a day.
Mine's green tea, so yeah.
You extrapolate that per day.
Right,
per
for 10
week,
days, yes.
You know, and then I just ask them to give that up. You'll be surprised how I could come up with $200 worth of savings for them to retire and receive a supplemental income of about $1,000.
How long does it take for someone, once they start, like their financial plan? How long does it take for them to see that what's working, what's not working?
Well, hopefully when I come into your home and we sit down, you see right away. Okay. See, you know, again, I'm not there to bring up any ills or anything. It's just, do you need to get yourself together? You know, one of the things we look at is cash. How is your cash flow for your family? Okay. How is your protection? Are you protecting your family? Okay. Do you have the educational finances for your family? Do you have support if you pass away for your mortgage? Do you have the support or insurance if you pass away income-wise? Is your wife going to be able to supplement your income? Is somebody going to be able to bury you? And what about debt? Which one's worse, debt or death?
Ooh.
You know?
Okay.
So who knows? You know, we laugh about that.
Yeah.
We look at asset accumulation.
Okay.
Okay. And we look at debt management. We have a organization called Debt America that will help a family reduce or get rid of their debt in 3 years.
Wow.
Okay. So we have a varied
you have several outlets that people can take advantage of.
Correct.
The main thing is you do each one on an individual basis.
Correct.
And do financial planning according to that person and the basis that they're looking for
and
in
their
the end.
needs. Correct.
Got it.
Correct.
Financial planning, very important, something we don't always think of. We're in the grocery store, we're in the shoe store, we're buying clothes, we're trying to pay our mortgage and any other bill that comes up, but sometimes we don't think about putting that little aside for later on. And that's the importance of financial planning, is putting that little aside for later on and having living benefits. Our guest has been Mr. Darryl Raiford, who is a certified financial planner. For more information, you can reach him at 702-239-5672. That's 702-239-5672. Thank you so much, Darryl, for joining us. Thank you for giving us all those good financial tips.
My pleasure.
You've been watching the Lillian Mcmorris Show. We'll be back. Talk to you next time.
Uh-huh.